Hello and welcome to the show. I am here on Forza 6 with another silly car build. My vehicle today is the Fast and Furious Toyota Supra because we are going all out for power with these. I don't know how we're going to fare at all with control in this car. Nothing I've been building is even, well, the Ultima got to within, what was it, 1.8 seconds of the Caparo. So we're going to go for more speed in this car. I don't know how it's going to do with control at all, but we're going for all of the speed that we can manage. Now, the rules for this series, the Caparo is a road car, just about, and I'm only allowed to build these cars using the Sport tyre compound. That's the tyre that the Caparo used for its lap time, so that is what we're going to be using with these vehicles. And this Supra starts off with a lot of power, quite a crazy car to begin with. It's going to be a lot crazier by the time I have finished with it. I don't know if it's still going to be drivable though. 265s on the fronts and 305s on the rear. I would like much larger tyres. 305 is okay, but when we start looking at the amount of power that this thing is going to get, it might not quite be enough. I would like to borrow the Venino's tyres, really, especially with this being rear-wheel drive. But oh well, what could possibly go wrong with putting a monstrous amount of power through the rear wheels of a Supra? What could go wrong with any of this? Yeah, I don't know if we're really going to have the grip in this car. I honestly don't think we're going to be able... I'm going to be able to use the power in this car particularly. I'm kind of just going for brute force in this. Weight-wise, it is likely to be probably one of the heavier of the vehicles that has gone round. That might not necessarily be a bad thing, though. The Lotus Elise had a fantastic power-to-weight ratio, and it was absolutely awful. So having that little bit more weight, considering the amount of power we're going to be putting through this car, may not be too terrible a thing. It might just give us that little bit more stable. It might make the car a little bit easier to drive, although as I said, I'm not sure we're really going to have the grip in this Supra. I think it could be a little too difficult to control, but we will find out when I have stuck all of these parts on the car. Can we get it under £2,600? Probably not, because by the time when we start sticking the turbos and the intercooler and all that stuff on, then yeah, it's going to stick the weight up a little bit. Right. Camshafts. The graph has given up. It's just, yeah, you have power up there somewhere. It's just all of the power is, yeah, it's well and truly up the top there. We are, okay, we're still not quite under the 2,000. I got excited because I thought it was green, but it didn't really take much weight off. There we go, we're past the 1,000 horsepower mark on with this vehicle. We haven't even got to the intercooler or the turbo yet, and they tend to add big power figures on cars like this. Right, turbo, one upgrade for the turbo will give us 176 horsepower. So we're 1,200 horsepower, 900 foot-pounds of torque. That's quite a lot. Intercooler, do your thing. I didn't quite give us as much power as I expected from this. We're not quite going to get the same ridiculous power. That's slightly disappointing, actually. I was expecting, yeah, to get the, I think about 1,500 you got from this on Horizon 2? I think it was. Either way, I was expecting a little bit more power from this Supra. Slightly disappointed in the Toyota. Okay, I mean, it's still 1,200 horsepower is still a huge amount of power. Yeah, I was kind of relying on the intercooler. Sometimes this adds like really large amounts of power. This one was not a huge amount on it. It's still a lot of power though. It's still got well over twice the power of the Caparo, and we're not twice the weight. We've got huge torque figures on the car, but we are 100 and a bit PI points down on said Caparo. I think we might have a bit of a handful trying to get this car around the Road America circuit. So here we are, ready to go with this Toyota Supra. I'm going to have 5 laps around the Road America West alternate circuit to go as quickly as possible. The Caparo's target time, a 1:16.8. I think it's pretty safe. I will be honest. I'm thinking that the target is going to be pretty safe from this car. We may be looking at around the, I guess, the Fast and Furious Skylines time, a 22.0, the Jaguar 22.1. Maybe we might see the Supra up and around that kind of area if we have enough control of the car. control is probably going to be the big issue with this one. Actually got off the line without too much trouble. A bit of understeer going on through these first few corners. Right, now unleash the speed and unleash the power of the Supra. Can it go quicker than the Ultimas? Oh, good God, we have no steering. Okay, found an issue. Found an issue with the car. Did somebody disconnect the steering? Holy crap, it doesn't turn. I think we may have bigger concerns than wheel spin with the Supra. Yeah, this has no front end grip, like none. Look at that. That is shocking. How do we have so much understeer? How on earth is there so much understeer in this? That's ridiculous. I've driven front wheel drive cars that are far better than this. That's incredible. It just does. The front end does not turn into any corner whatsoever. I was not expecting that. There were many problems I expected with the very, very powerful Supra. Chronic understeer was not one of them. I mean, the four-wheel drive cars do much better. Even the ridiculously powerful four-wheel drive cars I've had around here, they are so much easier to drive around these long corners than this. And then I'm going to guess as we try to get on the power, we're probably going to have some big old oversteer moments if we aren't too careful. Right, we're going to have to be very, very neat and tidy if I'm going to get a lap with this car. I'm not sure it's going to be particularly quick if I can't take any corner speed. Right, what had happened down here? I just drifted out wide expecting to be able to turn in and just couldn't. Holy crap, that literally the steering does nothing. At 180 miles an hour, oh, the brakes don't do much either. The steering is just pointless at that speed. So you may as well just be offering the car a tiniest suggestion of what it might supposed to be doing, and then it goes straight on anyway. That is shocking. I thought the Elise was not a particularly nice car to drive around here. I didn't think we were going to find a car much worse, and I was completely and utterly wrong. This is awful. There is just no steering. It almost feels, I'm not sure if it is, that the front of the car is lifting up slightly at the highest speeds. So when we're doing that 180 mile an hour sort of kink in the straight there, oh crap, we're going to go around if we're not careful. Yeah, when we're doing that 180 mile an hour kink, whatever, it feels like the front of the car is starting to lift up ever so slightly, and that would contribute to the understeer. But yeah, I thought we were going to be slipping and sliding our way around the course. And I mean, certainly with this much power you can. I think having such a huge turbo also actually doesn't help matters in some respects. So I'll come out of here, we'll be fine, and then suddenly the turbos will kick in, and then we will want to go sideways. But 33.3, we've got a lot of time to find if we want to challenge the Lotus for, well, last place, basically. Yeah, the oversteer, the wheel spin, that is the absolute least of my concern. Even the crappy brakes are the least of my concern when we can't turn at speeds more than 180 miles an hour. Like, it's just, yeah, it's a cross car, it just doesn't respond. And that's not even going that fast down there. So I'm braking at around the same point. I've braked with the Jag, the Skyline, all of these cars. Hell, the Ultima. The Ultima was doing 215 miles an hour before I jumped on the brake. This is doing, what, 190? 180? It's probably close to 190 down there. And it's straight off into the gravel trap. So not only can I not turn corners, it can't get slowed down for anything. This car is shocking. I don't know quite what's gone so horribly wrong with the Supra. I mean, I have no doubt that given the space when we take it to Le Mans, it will be very, very quick in a straight line. I'm sure it is capable of going very, very quick in a straight line. I'm also fairly sure that we're not going to get around the kink of the straight there. Oh, crap. Make it around the corner. Good God. Okay. This long turn. I actually got the line a little bit better. I started to carry some more speed. So most of the cars we've driven around here will carry just under 100 miles an hour. This one here is doing just under 90 miles an hour around that really long corner. So I've got to brake super, super early down the end of this straight. That's what we're going to do this time around. Okay, whoa. Okay, sliding a little bit out of there. And power delivery is not too bad on this car for a silly car build at all. It's just so irrelevant when the rest of it is so awful. So we're going to brake back up here now. Is this going to possibly Good God. So you brake before you even really see the corner you're braking for down there. That is just amazingly bad under brakes. I don't know, why is it so bad at getting slowed down? That is the bizarrest thing. Yeah, the other Need for Speed cars that I've built have been pretty good. I don't know what's just all gone horribly wrong for this particular Supra. Oh, we're not going to turn in up here now. No, we're 60 miles an hour. We have got just tremendous understeer. Oh, come on. Surely we can make it around that turn. I'm not being stupid on the throttle either. It's not like we're approaching these corners with any more speed than the other cars that we've driven around here. It's just got more understeer than a 300 horsepower front-wheel drive car. It's just, nope, we're not going to turn in. We're not going to turn in. We're going to sort of sit at about 90 miles an hour through here. I'm trying to keep this in fourth to stop the wheel spin when I can eventually... Oh, come on. There we go. Now I can eventually get on that power. Up towards the line. We've got to brake so early. Oh, we're barely going to make it. A 26.3. I got a clean lap with the Supra. Still slower than the Lotus, though. We're still 10 seconds off the Caparo. Yeah, this is not a good car for circuit racing. So we've got to, well, try and get the car maybe-ish turn through there. Brake super early. Try and not lock everything up down there. Very, very easy. It's I'm kind of lost for words with this car. Just how shockingly awful it is. It's certainly a challenge to drive this for all of the different reasons than I was expecting. I mean, 50 miles an hour and the front end just does not get into any corner whatsoever. Okay, we've been quite cautious up here. We are 0.3 of a second down on that last lap. Oh, Christ, I was trying to be smooth with the throttle, and then the turbo suddenly got me, and we spun the wheels up in third. Right, fourth gear. We're quick down here. Oh, we've got a little bit of a lock-up. We're relatively quick, but when we're comparing it to other city car builds, it's nothing special, acceleration and straight line speed-wise. And then everything else is even worse. So the Supra is not a good car when you put this much power in it and then ask it to go driving. We're going to slide out of the final turn. It is across the line, but it's not going to be quicker. 26.3. 126.3 for the Supra. Oh, I think I may have lost the wing in the tyre bundle over there. It's awful. Quite frankly, it's a second and a bit slower than the Lotus Elise, and the Lotus Elise was not a particularly good car to drive around here whatsoever. That was a very awkward vehicle to drive. This Supra, I don't know what on earth is going on with the understeer in this car. It's 50 miles an hour, and the front end will not turn into a corner. That seems very, very, very peculiar to me. I think the front tyres may be just too small on this. Okay, was it like 265s I think on the front, and with this much power and speed, it's just not got anywhere near the front end grip to get it in the corner. Either that, or there's some other major problems with the handling of this Supra, because it does not turn a corner. Fortunately, for our next test though, we don't really need to be worrying about that, as we're going to see how fast it can go in a straight line. So it is here to a rather damp Le Mans to find out how quickly I can get this Supra to go. Let's hope it is a little bit more impressive when it comes to the speed run. I would expect this to be pretty damn fast, let's face it. Oops, going the wrong way with the gear. Shall we just stick this? See what we can get at this out. 260. What did we get? The Ultima it was about 270 miles an hour, I think, or it was about 69, I think, probably. We had the car getting up to. Alright, and then we will remove the aero. I don't have a choice for... that might explain why. I've just had a thought. You can't put any of the sort of Forza aero parts on the Fast and Furious cars. That might explain why we have so much terrible understeer, because this has no diffuser on the front. I can't put one on the car. That might explain, partly at least, why we have issues. I don't quite know how the Skyline got away with it then, being four-wheel drive and equally no diffuser. But yeah, that could explain part of it. Now, I would imagine in the wet, this will probably now be, more oversteer. Oversteer will become a little bit more of a problem through these first few corners. Very, very tentatively take the chicane. I also kind of, oh, yeah, the second that turbo wants to kick in, we are going to have all manner of sideways. There we go. That's, oh, I didn't want to go through the puddle because I knew that I really would lose control of the car, and in trying to avoid said puddle, I lost control of the car. Anyway, oh, we are not got very much of the traction. Out here in the rain, as you can probably imagine. Yeah, the way the power is delivered also with such a large turbo on this, it is kind of like you've got, oh, things are going well, suddenly things are not going well at all. A little bit awkward. Anyway, can we get 260 miles an hour out of the Toyota to let it redeem itself ever so slightly? Oh, good God, it is not fun to drive down here. It does not feel like it's really very well connected to the road, this car. It's a, yeah, weird experience to go driving in this. We're up to 250 miles an hour. It can certainly shift down here to, come on, 260. We're going to get 260 out of you. There we go. 266 is what we were looking for from this. I might have moved over too soon. Please don't be a puddle down here, otherwise I will spin. 263 looks like all we're going to get. Are we going to be able to turn this corner at 263? Oh, we do. That's impressive. We should probably start braking about now, because we're never going to stop otherwise. Okay, 263, and it just made the turn. There was enough rear-end grip to make that corner up there, but it used all of the road to make the turn. The understeer on this car is incredible. Straight line speed pretty good. 263 miles an hour is, let's face it, really very, very fast straight line speed in this, and it can make the turn. I was surprised we had enough rear end grip to make that corner in the wet at these kind of speeds, but it did make it around the turn, stay planted. The understeer was taking it towards the wall, but it wasn't quite enough to put it into the wall. The Supra, though, for driving on a circuit is not good. It is not good. I mean, 50, 60 miles an hour, you have such terrible understeer. You just can't take any corner speed. Any corner speed whatsoever with this vehicle. I don't think I've ever quite driven a car like this before. It's an incredible challenge to get it around the track, but it's not fast. Like not fast at all. Around a circuit. Well, there we go. That is it for this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.